Warning: mature content. The following stream contains content that may not be suitable for all audiences, including mature themes, strong language, and
Roasted.
potentially sensitive material. Viewer discretion is advised.
Harry.
Fraternity.
I don't know why you gotta do it. Just in front of the kid with the effing. All you gotta do is say your much to him.
It's a bullshit question. It's impossible to answer.
The court jester.
You on drugs?
The court DJ. It's time to dive into the case.
Hey, Mom!
To the case.
The meatloaf!
What's up, guys? Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Unplanned. I didn't plan to get let off early from my job, so thank you to my bosses. Also, I'm off on a Friday. Before streaming, I was never 18 years, however many years I worked in corporate America, I was never off the Friday after Thanksgiving, and this Friday I am off. So I might do a little streaming. Don't know what to do, might do, don't know. Welcome in. Thanks for being here, guys. We're going to watch two people's testimonies today. Sandra Torres and Lauren. Is it your birthday? Really? Happy birthday. Member Super Bowl for 8 months. Thank you so much, Lauren, and also happy birthday. Hope you have a great one.
Because I'm gonna bunk with you, buddy. We're gonna be buddies. We're gonna be.
What was I saying? Oh, two people's testimonies. Sandra Torres. If you watched Jason Spiller's testimony, Sandra Torres is the devil incarnate, the worst person to ever live, who attacked him. She was drunk, etc. Can't wait to hear her story. I haven't watched it yet. And also, we're going to watch Z, whose real name is like Benjamin, Ben Yahoo, Ben something, Ben bullshit. We're going to watch his first wife's testimony. And I already forgot her name. What's her name? I have it on the thumbnail. Gabriella. So Gabriella, we're going to check it out. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. What's up, Blair? Lauren, Kai, Deja, CH, Sheila, Babe is here. Donna White, Marissa J, Jen D, Akasha, Patty, CH, Madeline, Baby Bo. Sorry if I missed anyone. Brooke, Spinster, CH, everyone. My mom is here who says happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Everyone. Hello, Jerry. Did I say Blair, Brooke? I hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving. Sheila. All right, so Babe, all right, Jerry, calm down. Before I start, I have to tell you a little story about how Babe has been lying to me for years. And I found out this weekend, or no, not this weekend. Last weekend, I found out that Babe has been lying to me. She makes these delicious chocolate-covered pretzels, what I thought were chocolate-covered pretzels, the rods. She puts the chocolate on. She makes white chocolate, and she makes regular chocolate ones. She puts sprinkles on them sometimes. This year she didn't. Thanks, Patty. And I was like, these are delicious white chocolate pretzels. I love them. And then a little bit came off when she was making it, and Prudence almost ate it. It got on Prudence. And I'm like, oh my God, she can't have them. They're chocolate. They're not chocolate. They're not chocolate. They're almond bark, which is like, it's just like, they're almond bark, which is like artificial flavoring or something. I don't know. They taste good. They're not chocolate. They're not white chocolate. I love me some white chocolate. Anyway, my whole life is alive. Sugar. Babe says sugar. All right, so here we go. Sandra Torres. And I do realize, I think we might have some new subs, because I posted a bunch of the calls, and I feel like I got a bunch of new subs. What's up, Kim, Jerry? Thanks for being here. I did get a bunch of new subs, I think, from posting the call. So if you're new here, I do have to say, I do like to say the cursey words sometimes. So some people get offended by that, but just FYI, I am kind of strong on my opinions a lot of times. So just an FYI, if you're new here and you start hearing me curse, don't be surprised. Here we go. Sandra Torres, let's hear what she has to say about the whole incident in which Jason Spillers apparently punched her in the face really bad. Here we go.
Your right hand, okay? Do you swear the information and testimony you're about to give this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, you can have a seat. Can you tell the court who you are and spell your last name for the record, please?
Sandra Torres, Torres.
About an incident that occurred on November 25th of 2020, correct?
Uh-huh.
All right, so you have to say yes or no because he's recording.
Yes. Sorry.
That's okay. You don't.
Did that just really skip there, or is it just me?
Can you tell the court who you are and spell your last name for the record, please?
Sandra Torres, Torres.
About an incident that occurred on November 25th of 2020, correct?
Uh-huh.
All right, so you have to say yes or no because he's recording.
Yes. Sorry.
That's okay. You don't know Chloe Driver prior to that date, correct?
No.
All right, so let's talk about what happened in November of 2020. You, at that point in time, were living where?
In Fairview.
Okay, and where is
North
that?
Carolina.
Okay, where's that in relation to Asheville? What'd you guess?
10 minutes from each other.
Okay, all right. So tell us what you saw on November 25th of 2020.
Well, I was driving down the road to go get some lunch, and I seen these two guys chasing a young girl. So they were right in the middle of the, on the side of the road. I made a U-turn, came back. I wanted to see if she was okay because, she was running from them. And then they had got a hold of her and was dragging her back to the apartments that were right there.
Okay, was this a pretty busy intersection or area?
It's a two-lane, so it's very small.
Okay.
It's busy usually at first thing in the morning, afternoon, school time, and then in the evenings.
But you were just driving down the road on your way to get lunch that day.
Yep, I was just cutting down that little road to go over to the Biltmore area to get lunch.
Okay. Is the young lady you saw running that day present, sitting over there?
I believe so. It all happened so fast.
Okay. And you said she was being chased by two men.
Yes.
Okay. And you remember what those men looked like, correct?
Oh, yes.
All right. Can you describe what they looked like?
Well, one of them,
Yo, Elizabeth L., what's up? Good to see you. Hey, Amanda.
in my
Anya.
opinion, looks like Marilyn Manson.
Okay.
Wait, what? I got to see what she said. What did she say? Who looks like?
Well, one of them, in my opinion, looks like Marilyn Manson.
She's talking about Z. She's totally talking about Z there. I got to find the picture that I found of Z because that's who she's talking about. What's up, Jonathan?
Okay.
And the other
Sharon.
one was just a tall, blonde-headed guy.
Which one was chasing Miss Driver?
Both.
Both of them.
Yes.
Do you recall which one actually physically grabbed her?
Well, they both were on the side of her, bringing her back, because I had pulled over into the apartments there, and she had both of them on the side.
Based on what you had seen driving down the road, that created some level of concern for you, correct?
Yeah. Oh, yes, because I made a U-turn.
Okay, and then you came back and saw them struggling over her?
Yes.
Okay, and there was still traffic in the area, correct?
Yes.
All right, do you recall Miss Driver's appearance that day? Did you notice any emotions or anything that she was exhibiting?
Real quick, I did find a picture. This is from, I believe, 2021. There he is. That's what Z looks like. He doesn't look like this now. He didn't look like it in his new mug shot that I posted, but this is from 2021 when he was arrested. That's Benyahu Z, whatever the hell you want to call him. There he is. Oh boy. All right.
She was very upset. She was yelling at me to help her child, that these people were kidnapping her. And, you know, that's why I stood and waited. And then I called the law, 911.
Okay, so you called 911?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and you, I think you talked about where you moved your vehicle?
Yes, so where I was parked at, I had actually backed up because they were bringing her back towards the apartment. So I just parked in front of this row of cars,
Okay.
not knowing whose they were. I was just trying to, but I was still in my vehicle at that time.
And you saw them struggling over her, correct?
Yeah, both of them, yes,
All
struggling
right.
over her. And then she approached my vehicle, and then, what's his name, Benjamin? The dark-headed gentleman is the one that grabbed her again,
Okay,
right in front of she was standing at my doorway.
okay. And you recall her yelling certain things to you?
Yeah, help me. They're trying to kidnap, they got my daughter.
Okay.
Don't leave me. Call my mom.
Okay,
Call my parents. And she tried to give me the phone number.
okay. And you recall that specifically?
Yes.
Okay. And what were Mr. Ben Michael and Mr. Spillers doing in response to that? Do you recall?
Just they grabbed her and got her, trying to get her back in the house, and then she came back out of the house.
Okay, so she got back out of the house?
Yes.
Okay, and then what did she do next?
Come running back towards my vehicle. I had, like I said, called 911 already, and I was just waiting for the police to show up.
Okay, and what did you do with your vehicle?
It was still parked.
Okay.
In front of the apartment there, which, I mean, I didn't know that was the apartment she was gonna go to, but I was just parked in front of someone's apartment and had vehicles blocked in.
So you saw her being physically taken back into that apartment?
Yes.
Okay,
I actually take it in there, and then Benjamin's the one that yelled and said she's having a panic attack.
Okay. Did you believe that at that
No,
time?
because I know people that have had panic attacks. She was yelling for help
Okay.
and to help her child.
All right, so you had already called 911?
Yes.
And you were still waiting for them to come?
Yes.
All right, and then what happened after she came out of that
So
apartment?
when she came out of the apartment, he come after her, Benjamin, or whatever his name is. So he came after her, grabbed her, and at that point was trying to put her into the vehicle, his vehicle, which I had blocked in, which I didn't know that. And she was fighting him off, yelling, screaming, fighting. And then here come another lady out of the house who had a baby.
Okay, and where did that lady go with the baby?
She was trying to get in the vehicle as they were trying to put her in the vehicle, and she was trying to grab her baby. So then now they're tug-of-warring with the baby. So I got out of my vehicle at that point.
Okay, and what did you do?
I went over, stuck my hand in the window, and tried to grab the keys out of the ignition.
Did it seem like it was taking forever for law enforcement to show
Oh,
up?
definitely.
Okay.
Because it's like, okay, where are they? What's going on?
Did you get the impression that Ms. Driver in any way, shape, or form wanted to get into that vehicle with them?
No.
Okay, was she still yelling at that time?
Yes.
Okay, do you recall what she was saying?
Just help me. Help my baby. Don't let them take me. Call my parents.
All right, and so you tried to keep them from, well, your car had already blocked them in to a degree, correct?
Yes.
All right, and were you able to get those keys?
No.
Okay, and so what did Mr. Ben Michael do?
They got her in the vehicle. The other lady got in the vehicle. And then he got in he was in the driver's seat trying to maneuver the vehicle to get away.
Okay, and what happened to you as a result of him trying to do that?
So when he was trying to back up a little, back up, go, he ended up hitting me with his vehicle on my knee.
Okay, And you were injured because of that, or had a
I
bruise?
had a bruise and
Okay.
a cut, and then at that point he had maneuvered the vehicle enough. He hit the car next to him, which was Peggy's car.
He hit Peggy's car.
Hit Peggy's car.
Okay.
Went over an embankment that had plants and flowers and things. Went over that and then was gone.
Okay. And were you concerned for Miss Driver and the baby at that point?
Yeah, I believe I called 911 again, saying that they had took off with her and the baby, and then Peggy was still there, and Jason was still there.
Okay. At any point in time, did you ever punch Peggy?
No, she came around. She came around the vehicle and told me, "You don't know what you've done. You don't know what kind of trouble you've caused." And I was like, "Well."
Elizabeth L., thank you so much, and welcome to the Super Bows. The amazing mod, Elizabeth L. Thank you, Elizabeth L. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I didn't know what to say, but she was up in my face, like, right here. I did push her back.
Okay. But you never punched her
Oh,
or
no.
anything? Okay.
No.
Did you ever brandish a weapon?
Who?
You. Did you ever brandish a gun or a weapon at any
Oh,
of them?
no, I don't even believe in guns or, no.
All right, so if Mr. Spiller said that you were threatening him with a gun,
Get your Capri Suns out, because Elizabeth L. has become a Super Bow. Oops.
that's not
Never. There would be no way.
All right, and so what do you recall happening after Mr. McMichael's car left?
Okay, so he was gone. There was a little white car there. Peggy had gotten the car, and then Jason came around my vehicle yelling and screaming at me, and then boom, hit me right in the face.
Okay. And
Down I went.
Okay, and what do you remember next?
I don't know if I passed out or not. I think I was in shock. And then just standing there, I think I was in so much shock.
Okay.
I was just standing there still waiting for the
police.
police to show up.
Okay, and that white.
This poor lady goes to break this shit up, tries to save a woman, and that piece of shit, Jason Urine Carlin, punches her in the face. What an asshole. What a piece of shit.
Car left.
They both got in there and was gone.
Okay, and by both you mean Mr. Spillers and Peggy.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So it's your testimony that Peggy got close enough to you and was yelling at you, accusing you of inserting yourself in someone else's business, I guess.
She just said, "You don't know what kind of trouble you've caused now," and I didn't know what you meant by that, but
Okay.
I don't.
So if Mr. Spillers told this jury that you punched Peggy a couple different times, that's not true?
No, that is not true.
Were you ever arrested or charged with anything related to this incident?
No.
And Mr. Spillers and Miss, or Peggy, she goes by a couple different last names, left the scene?
Yes, they were gone.
Okay. And ultimately you gave a police report that day, correct?
Yes, I ended up, the fire truck came, the ambulance came, the police came, they took my information. There was 2 of the witnesses involved that seen everything that took place. And they asked if I wanted medical. And I said I was, because my eye was already all red inside, and my nose was bleeding. And so I said, well, can you call the ambulance was there, but I told them that I was not going to go with them because they wanted me to leave my brand new vehicle right there in the parking lot.
Okay. All right, I'm going to show you some exhibits that have been marked Defense 21, 22, 23, and 24. Okay, so can you identify what...
I would leave my brand new vehicle in front of these fucking jabronis' house. For sure I wouldn't have.
Defense 21 is?
And it was me right after, and I was sitting in my car, and that's when I was talking with the paramedics about what they wanted to do. But I was I just sat down back in my vehicle.
Okay. And that's from the date of the incident,
Yes.
correct? All right, so we're going to move to admit 21 through 24. Judge, and then publish to the jury. Any objection? No objection. All right, so this is the picture from November the 25th, correct?
Oh my God.
This would be the
Bro, what a piece of shit this guy is. I mean, obviously, but now seeing it, jeez, this poor lady's trying to help a woman who's trying to escape, and he just cold cocks her in the fucking face.
next day, yes.
Okay. All right. If the date on the picture from your phone is from the 25th, the day of, does that refresh your recollection?
Okay, so that might have been that evening when I went home and showered and
Okay, all right.
everything then.
Wait, you're the one that took these pictures or have these
yes.
pictures? Okay. Were these pictures provided to law enforcement?
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right.
And the judge in the case.
Okay. All right. This is going to be our next exhibit. Can you tell us what that picture is?
That's just, I just got out of the shower, so I can tell that. Just
How the injury?
the injury to my eye, my first black eye.
All right. And do you recall where Mr. Spiller specifically hit you?
That just boom, right? No, I mean, I didn't even
I mean, what kind of fucking question is that from the prosecutor? Did you see her eyeball?
see it coming. I wasn't expecting it. And so he just got me right in the side of the face.
Okay. And it was one punch that took you to the ground?
One punch.
Okay. All right.
Do you remember? Here's a picture of your eyeball. It's really red and bruised. Do you remember where you were hit?
Yeah, the one you have in front of you, right there. Okay, all right. So this is from November 27th, and again, that's the
Oh my God!
next day. Okay. What kind of medical care did you have to?
And again, can you please just verify for the jury, where did he hit you? Was it in the humerus, the elbow? Where was it?
See for this?
Well, so I stopped. I left the scene, drove myself, because they wanted to leave my vehicle there, and they wouldn't move my vehicle, and I didn't feel safe to have my vehicle sitting there. So I ended up leaving, went to urgent care right around the corner to have them look, and they told me this was an incident that I needed to go to the hospital for. Okay. So they actually went to Mission Hospital, and they got me in so quick, and they took x-rays of the face, and he had broken my eye socket, and he had my, what is that called, the
orbital bone?
Yeah.
Orbital bone? She fractured her. He broke her eye socket? Jesus.
Okay. And so basically he had broken everything in this side of my face. Okay. And gave me, pain pills if I needed them for the pain, and ice. Okay. And then I had to follow up a couple different times with a bone specialist to see if I needed surgery.
Okay. Did you end up needing surgery?
No.
Okay. All right. And I'm going to show you the next one. And then obviously this is on November the 30th. So again, just the progression of the injury. So in this one, you can see the bruise to your jaw.
It was the whole thing. He only hit me one time.
Okay.
So, and then it ended up bruising all. Okay. And then,
I mean, what's kind of weird about this is this has to do with Jason Spillers. I mean, obviously, Chloe Driver ran out, and that's why this happened. But like, how is this relevant? Like, what to Chloe Driver? I mean, I know they're trying to say she was, it was insanity, but like this whole thing seems like unnecessary for this. Like, this is not Jason Spillers' trial.
And Mr. Spillers previously testified about this.
Oh yeah, I guess to prove how much of a liar.
You immediately made this report to law enforcement, correct?
Oh yes.
All right, and they took your report and ended up taking warrants for the individuals in this case.
Yes, for
correct?
Peggy, because she was right up in my face. I mean, like for assault, and then of course Jason for assault, and Benjamin because he hit me with his vehicle.
Okay.
And as far as I know, they haven't even been served to this still.
Okay. And You were never charged with anything, correct?
Oh, no.
All right, and it's your testimony today that you never brandished a weapon or assaulted Peggy in whatsoever. You're not a drug user, correct?
No.
Okay, and you weren't drunk or out of your mind on this particular day, too?
I am, whenever any of us girls go out, I am the designated driver because I do not drink.
Okay.
And I just never have.
So Mr. Spiller, your case with Mr. Spillers has been resolved, correct?
Yes, we finally got him. He was in California on charges out there. They finally brought him back here, and we finally did court, I guess maybe 6 months ago.
Okay, all right. And
He pleaded guilty.
He pled guilty?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so you didn't have to testify in a trial or anything else like that?
Nothing.
Okay. Did anybody in this particular case, aside from myself and Mr. Kessler, contact you about what happened on the 25th of November?
No.
Okay, you don't recall, you never spoke to anybody from the Canton Police Department or from the District Attorney's Office, correct?
Okay, not for what happened that day.
Okay.
But then, like I said, I didn't know anyone. So.
Okay, so you didn't know any of these people leading up to that?
I still didn't know nothing for probably the first week.
Okay.
And then I found out about Jason, living 5 minutes from me. And
okay, so you because you didn't know any of these people, you weren't necessarily able to provide law enforcement on the 25th with their names or anything like that.
Nothing.
You were just able to give them information related to the vehicles that they were driving,
right.
Correct?
All right. I took pictures and had tag numbers.
Okay. And in your mind, what you saw that day, did you believe that Ms. Driver was in distress?
Oh, yes.
And that she was being chased by these individuals?
And kidnapped, yes.
Okay. And you just felt like you needed to intervene or help this young lady?
Yeah, I just, two men chasing a woman, and it's just in my nature. I don't know. I mean, it's a valuable lesson that I learned the hard way, but I do it again, yes.
This lady is a hero. Hero, Sandra Torres. Fuck Jason Spillers and Z. This lady's the fucking hero.
I have no further questions of this witness.
All right, cross-examination.
I have no questions, Your Honor.
All right, you can step down. Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, man, that made me want to cry when she said that. All right, so we're going to go to one more witness, and this is Z's first wife, Benjamin Yaneman, and Z, the mastermind. If you guys have heard the calls that I've posted that I got from the Cherokee County, it's wild listening to Z talk to Jason. All Z wants, clearly Z is the leader. He's just trying to pump Jason for information. He doesn't listen to anything Jason says. It's wild to hear the two of them go back and forth in those calls. All right. Well, actually, before I start this, I got Babe just sent me this picture. Let me see if I can send it to my... I got to show you what the dogs are doing right now. Because it's, Babe, it's their time. Did you feed them? Oh, okay. I got to show you guys what... what? Hold on. Here's what my dogs are doing while this is... Right now is their dinner, but if they are not fed immediately, it's a problem. So here, let's see if this works. Oh, it's not going to work. Hold on. Does this not work? Oh, wait, maybe. No, son of a bitch. Oh, actually, I know what I can do. Hold on. My dogs, Penny and Prudence. And here is them. Whoops. Oh, that's just Penny. Wait. There they are. We want their dinner. But Penny goes on the ottoman to let you know that she's very sad that she has been inconvenienced. So there we go. There are the friends. And Babe just fed them. All right. Now we're going to Z's first wife. Here we go.
All right, call your next witness, please.
The defense will call Gabriella Kuykendall to the stand.
Hello, Anna. Welcome in, everyone. Thanks for being here. Watching two witnesses. I don't think this goes very long. Actually, it's a decent amount. All right, so thanks for being here. And now we're going to watch Z's first wife's testimony. Oh, look at this lady. The court reporter, if that's the court, she has a lot of stickers on that laptop. That's like Babe's computer. Hey, Simmy, like Jimmy. Not Simi, it's Simmy. What's up, Simmy?
I'm going to have you raise your right hand. Do you swear the information and testimony you're about to give this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, you can have a seat. Okay. Can you state your name and spell your last name for the record, please?
Yes, my name's Gabriella Kuykendall. My last name is spelled Kuykendall.
Okay. And how do you know Miss Driver?
I met her through Benjamin about, I want to say, maybe 5 years ago when I met her.
Okay.
Or longer than that now.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
That's okay. You've been talked about already in this case. Are you the first wife of Mr. Benjamin Ben Michael?
Yes.
Okay. And when did you meet him?
I met him in 2013.
Donna says, will you please say hi to Ellen, my law student home and listening? Hello? Of course I will. Hi, Ellen. What up? What's up? Thanks for being here, Donna. And hello, Ellen. Hope you're having a good one.
And we had met at a March Against Monsanto rally that we were both trying to create. Sorry, I'm a little nervous up here. I don't speak well in front of people.
Me either.
But we were organizing the rally together, and that's where I met him.
Okay. How old were you when you met him?
I was 17.
Do you know how old he was at the time?
I believe he was 33.
Okay.
Okay, so they first meet, and he is 33, and she's 17. Why am I not surprised by that?
And you met him, and you at this, I guess, activism type rally, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And then how did your relationship progress from there?
It quickly became very emotional. I pretty much immediately, within a few months, became his girlfriend, and then a couple months later moved in with him at his parents' house.
Okay. When did he declare?
Of course he lived with his parents. Of course he did. Not that there's anything wrong with that. For Catherine, $5 Venmo. Happy Turkey Day to you and Shannon. My comments aren't showing. What the hell? Well, thank you so much, Catherine. Let me make sure you didn't get accidentally hidden for some. Let me check that out. Thank you so much, Catherine. Hold on. Let me see.
You to be his wife?
Probably like a year or so after I met him.
Okay. Did he give you a name as well?
Yes, he gave me the name Iliomah.
Okay. How would you spell that?
Ayliomah.
Did people just call you Oma for short?
I went by Eily, and then once I had my daughter, our daughter, mine and Benjamin's, I just went by Oma, and we gave her the name Eily.
Eily, okay. And when you first met him, you said you were living at his parents' house or staying with his parents' house?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about how that relationship progressed. Like, were you both working, doing anything like that?
No, neither of us were working. He was loosely affiliated with a financial group called Primerica. It was like a life insurance investment company, but that he didn't really make any money through that. It's like an MLM sort of thing.
What drew you to him?
Well, I'd never really met anyone like him before. He just knew a lot about like spirituality and, you know, religious sort of doctrine, I guess, and just, you know, I was very naive at the time when I met him, so I'd never really heard any of those concepts before.
Was he kind of your first serious relationship?
He was my first serious relationship.
Okay, so you quickly moved in together, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and tell me about what happens pretty quickly within your relationship with how he treated you.
Well, things pretty quickly had gotten like controlling. You know, he would just, you know, kind of alienate me from my family and my friends, and yeah, just kind of.
Okay. Did he impose certain rules upon you or things?
Hey, Catherine, if you're still here, I checked and you're not blocked, so I'm not sure what's going on, why your comments aren't showing up. Sorry about that. And welcome in, everybody. Thanks for being here. If you haven't already hit that like, please hit it. Crystal's here. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Helen. Hi, Brooklyn. Thanks, everyone, so much for being here. I very much appreciate it.
That you had to live by?
You mean like early on, or?
Yeah, I mean about your ability to go out in public or hang out with other people.
Well, I mean, at first we just went out together and there was really no problem, but at a certain point, he, you know, if I wanted to go see my friends or my family, he didn't want me to do that.
Okay. Did you have limitations on any of your cell phones, emails, or social media?
Yes, absolutely. I primarily used like Facebook Messenger to talk to like people that I knew, like my friends from high school and stuff. And he would always be controlling the conversation, or whenever I talked to my sister, which is mainly the only person in my family he would let me talk to, he would be right there, the phone would be on speaker, and he would be telling me what to say, basically. Like I couldn't actually have a real conversation with anyone.
Did he go through your phone frequently?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did he take your phone away from you at times?
At times, yeah, when he thought, you know, like when I wasn't like really happy, like being there with him and I might want to leave, he would like take my phone so I wouldn't be able to leave and call anyone or text anyone to come get me.
Okay. And you said he monitored your social media or your emails as well?
Yeah.
Okay. At what point did your relationship turn physically abusive?
I would say within the first 6 months.
Okay. What are some of the things that you experienced with him?
Well, he would, you know, hit me. There's this one instance, it was one of the worst, I would say, where I wanted to leave, and he had took duct tape and duct taped my entire torso to where I couldn't really breathe very well.
Holy shit.
And he had just started like beating my face like really bad. Open-handed, you know, not close-handed, but he just open-handed. I was like just seeing the light.
Okay. And there were some other incidents as well, some of that which got reported to law enforcement, is that correct?
Yes, there is a police report about the time where...
Yes, excellent point, Elizabeth. This is obvious. This is some triggering stuff. If you need a break, please take it. Please, please, please.
He had me in his basement, and he basically told me that he was going to kill me, and he had a machete to my throat, and he just went into detail like how he was going to do it and how he was going to get away with it. No one would ever know, you know, and I was convinced at the time. It was very frightening. And his father came downstairs because he had heard probably me crying or something, and he got involved, and then Benjamin kept his father and his mother and me all hostage and wouldn't let us use the phones to call the police.
Okay. After the machete incident, why didn't you leave?
It was just one of those like back and forth sort of like codependent toxic relationships, and it was really hard to get away because every time I left I felt like empty, like I had no purpose to live. I just like would want to kill myself, and so he was like my main source of like everything, just like my reason to live. At a certain point I was absolutely completely dependent on him emotionally.
When you would leave, would you all start talking or texting again? And
I would leave and I would try to not talk to him, and then at a certain point I would, he would just be incessantly messaging me, usually is how that happened, and I would just text him back. I'd be triggered and I would just text him back, and then he had a way of sucking me right back in.
Okay. Did he proclaim you to be one of his wives before or after the machete incident? Do you recall?
I believe it was after that.
Did he make any kind of demands to you about wanting to have children with you or others?
Yeah, he said the only way that I could be his wife exclusively is if I had a child with him in the next year. He kind of gave me like a time limit for that.
Okay.
Which is
and
weird.
So you ended up getting pregnant with your daughter?
Yeah, I believe within that time frame. Yeah.
Okay. After you got pregnant with your daughter, was he still emotionally or physically abusive with you?
Always emotionally abusive. Physically, it kind of dwindled a little bit because, I was pregnant at that point, and there was a few instances where he would like to suffocate me, and that happened once that I remember while I was pregnant.
Okay. And when you were pregnant, you kind of continued on this nomadic lifestyle, correct?
Yeah, we were just kind of all over the East Coast, just bouncing around from couch to couch. And right before, a few months before I gave birth to my daughter, we stayed at his parents' house and kind of settled in there. And I decided that I would get I would see a prenatal doctor for, just to make sure everything was okay, because he didn't want me to have any prenatal care or give birth in a hospital or anything like that.
Okay, so you kind of tried to take the lead on that.
Oh yeah, at a certain point I started realizing it was like I had a real person that I was about to create, and that they needed that sort of thing.
Okay. During this time, even continuing into your pregnancy, were you still not allowed to go out on your own, or did he regularly check your phone or still control who you talked to or communicated with?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Same with social media or email?
Yeah, that never really changed until the end, when I started gaining more self-confidence and really realizing that I could leave really the relationship.
Okay, and so you had your daughter in August of 2016, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And where did you go from there? Where did you go stay?
We pretty much immediately left his parents' house, and we kind of bounced around for a little bit, I think 2 weeks or so, just couch surfing, friends we knew, and then we ended up at Jerry's house, Jerry Ablin.
Okay, and how long were you at Jerry's house, do you think?
We were there a couple of months, at least 2-3 months.
Okay, and to clarify with you, you are not...
What up, Meg? Good to see you.
You were his first wife, technically, correct? Mm-hmm. But you are somebody different that left Mr. Ablin's house at a different time. You only know about that through other parties, correct?
I only know about what through other...
someone else leaving Mr. Ablin's house in a different way. We're not talking, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about your overall relationship. You're still living this kind of nomadic lifestyle. You had your daughter. Was he allowing you to take your daughter places or get any type of early care?
I believe we went to the doctor once after she was born because DCF had gotten involved immediately at the hospital because his mother was there and told them like he was crazy. And so they immediately got involved, and we went to a doctor's appointment because we had to for the DCF case. And then we just left and sort of abandoned the case. And okay.
What was the first time you went to leave Mr. Michael? What was the precipitating incident that finally, at least for that first time, got you away from him?
You mean after I had my daughter?
Yes.
Okay. Because before that, I tried to leave many times and did leave and would, go back and forth. But let's see. I guess the straw that broke the camel's back would be when I was staying at Jerry's house with him, and my sister came down for a visit, and he was trying to rope her into the whole polyamory thing. And it's one thing for, it just crossed the line for me with my sister to have her have to deal with that sort of thing,
Was that the first time?
He tried to get her sister to be one of his wives? Is that what he's saying? She's saying?
And he was trying to rope her into the whole polyamory thing. And it's one thing for, it just crossed the line for me with my sister to have her have to deal with that sort of thing,
Was that the first time that your sister kind of got an inside look into the life that you had been leading with him?
No, she knew very well. Like when I would leave him at certain points, I told her everything that happened,
But ultimately you would be drawn right back to him, kind of based on the bond that you had with him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you ever, and this is a personal question, have you ever been diagnosed with any mental health issues or anything like that? Okay. And when this incident with your sister, and he, I guess, invited your sister to be part of your group, how did you manage to get away from him on that particular occasion?
Well, yeah, my sister was there, so she had a car, and she was very, emotionally supportive of me leaving him, and so, I just told him we were leaving. At that point I felt like I could, and I said, we're leaving. I'm leaving with my sister, and I just left.
Okay, but yet prior to that, you didn't have a car or anything else on your own?
Yeah, no, prior to that, it was just like me and him. Or, we'd be at Jerry's house, so he would be there. But, there was no leaving. There was no going anywhere, like, unless I just took my daughter and walked away, and then that would be pretty difficult.
Okay, so you left with your sister and your daughter that particular time. How long were you away from him at that point?
I think I stayed away from him for about a month or so, and I moved into a farm in Florida, and I tried to establish some roots for myself and become financially stable and not have to rely on him. And then he's just threatening me with taking my daughter away and stuff like that, getting the courts involved. He said, "Oh, when we're done with you, you're going to be left drooling in a mental institution," stuff like that. And it scared me. I was like, I don't know what could happen. If he paid someone enough money, a good lawyer or whatever, I don't know what he could convince someone of, because he's very convincing. But yeah, so what was the original question?
So how did you end up going back to him with your daughter after that?
So yeah, we had been talking, and I didn't want to burden the people whose farm I was staying at. I didn't want to burden them with this crazy person, so I just left, and we stayed in Florida, in Tampa, and we lived in a tent, just homeless, with pretty much nothing.
Okay. What drew you back to him at that point in time?
Really just was incessant about wanting to see his daughter. And, you know, as we spent some time apart, I thought, you know, maybe it'd be okay if, like, you know, he saw her and, you know, maybe it'll be okay. I don't know.
When you were apart from him, how would you describe how you felt inside, or what kind of feelings did you experience when you were not around him?
Well, for a really long time, I would just feel like empty, like I had absolutely no reason to continue on, and he always made me tried to make me think that about myself, that I was nothing without him, and he was the entire purpose for my existence, basically.
Okay. And at times you were feeling suicidal?
Oh, absolutely. There are many times.
Okay. And so you are living with your daughter and him in a tent in Florida. How old was your daughter at that time?
She was about 6 months old.
Okay. And kind of what was the next, I guess, red flag or thing that happened with you in that regard?
Well, just after years of nothing ever really changing, and I was always like struggling so badly, and we were just, you know, living in this tent. We had nothing. We were beggars, and we had hardly anything to eat at really any point. My daughter was exclusively breastfeeding, so she was getting what she needed, but I could barely, like, you know, get by. It was just draining it out of me, and there's only so long, you know, someone can do that for before they become malnourished. So I just reached out to my dad and I said, you know, please just come get me. I need to get out of this situation. This is like, it wasn't really rock bottom because there have been worse points, but that was a really low point.
Okay. Did he, during this time that you got back together with him, did he make threats about your daughter if you had left again, or what he would do?
Well, yeah, the last time that I actually ever saw him and that he saw our daughter, I was with Chloe, and we were on a trip going to Asheville, and it was like over the course of like 3 days, and he had made threats that he would take my daughter and just disappear with her, and I would never see her again. And that just, like, you know, scared me so bad. I was like, oh, that's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. I'm not going to let that happen. So after that, I vowed to never see him again, and that's how it's been so far.
Okay. And you currently have a case pending in the state of Tennessee with Mr. Ben Michael, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And because you've remarried, correct?
Yes.
All right. And your current husband is trying to adopt your daughter, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. Is that your motivation for being here today, or trying to help Ms. Driver at all?
No. Actually, when I told my lawyer about this to make sure it was okay that I came here and there was like no conflict of interest or anything like that, I said, oh, would you like to speak to her lawyer to just get a better idea of, you know, who this guy is that we're dealing with? And he said, no, there's, you know, no reason. We have all we need for our court case because it's just simply based on his abandonment of his daughter. So there's really, and the fact that I feel guilty, you know, because Chloe tried to reach out to me a few times, and I just, I spoke with her and kind of told her how my relationship with Benjamin went, but I just felt like I wasn't getting through to her, and that she would just kind of have to learn on her own, and I feel really guilty about like not trying to help her more.
Okay, so you have not seen or heard or talked to Benjamin since when?
We have spoken a few times over the course of the last like 6.5, 7 years since he's seen his daughter. Just mainly like through text or email, and just very limited, you know.
Is it about your daughter? Generally speaking?
Not really, never really about her, you know. But yeah.
Okay, so you left this relationship with your daughter and kind of didn't look back at this last time, correct?
Yeah.
All right. And then you got a call from the Canton Police Department on December 14th of 2020, correct?
Yep.
All right. And in that phone call, you kind of learned about this whole circumstance, correct?
Yes.
And you provided Detective Cruz at that time all of the information regarding your relationship with Mr. Ben Michael, correct?
Yep.
And kind of talked to her about your relationship with him and how things ended and that kind of thing, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Did you tell Detective Cruz anything about you being concerned about a potential abuse against Chloe? Do you recall?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Sure. Do you remember talking to Detective Cruz in that phone call about that you had been concerned about Chloe or that she might have been being abused?
Yeah, when I first got the call, I thought that Benjamin had, because she didn't tell me exactly what happened, and I just thought Benjamin had killed Chloe. That was my first thought because of his abusive nature. So I thought maybe it got out of hand, and yeah.
And you've talked to us today about some of the incidents of physical abuse, but is it fair to say that's just a small snippet of what you actually endured in that time that you were with him?
Yeah, there were multiple instances of abuse that went on.
Did you feel like that you were free to leave whenever you wanted?
Not really. I mean, there were good points, I guess, like just like more normal points where I guess his mental illness like would kind of relax, and then there would be points where it would ramp up like really bad, and he would just start acting totally crazy, like talking in tongues and screaming and being abusive physically. And so it was really at those points that I wanted to leave. And that's when he would have more of a grip on, like, he could tell that I wanted to leave, so he would be more controlling at those points.
Okay. Is he still trying to, I guess, take your daughter away is not the right word, but is he still trying to kind of manipulate that relationship with you?
You mean manipulate?
Well, when you filed this adoption case, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and then he turned around and filed something different, correct?
He wanted like visitation, like after like 6.5 years of not seeing my daughter or even asking to see her. So he wanted visitation, and so I immediately filed the adoption.
But he hasn't seen your daughter in 6+ years, I guess?
No, and after, after the whole incident with Chloe and him happened, and things kind of cooled down over a month or so, I told him that he could see his daughter for some reason, and so it was just over 9 months that I was telling him we were trying to make plans where he would come and see her. He's like, oh, I just need to get my RV fixed, and it was always like an excuse. It was like 9 months later after that incident that he never saw her during that entire time, even though I was like 100% like open and willing to it. And so at that point I was like, yeah, I just stopped talking to him because it wouldn't be right for him to just go in and out of my daughter's life like that.
During this time period, have you kind of tried to live off the radar to avoid contact with him or him being able to find out where you are?
Oh, absolutely. Like, I'm constantly thinking about, like, at any point if he might show up, and try to take my daughter or hurt me,
In your experience with him and trying to leave, he would basically tell you that you would never see your daughter again, or he would take steps that way to make sure that happened?
Yeah, there are multiple instances where he threatened that I would never see my daughter either because, you know, he would win in the courts or he would physically take her, like abduct her and take her away from me, and I would never be able to find him or my daughter.
But it's your testimony here today that your experience with him in the relationship, you endured physical abuse.
Yeah.
Okay, and emotional and mental abuse as well.
Yeah.
Okay, and that he controlled your phone, who you talked to, who you spoke to, wrote emails to, or connected with on social media, correct?
Yeah.
All right, and that was kind of one of the rules that you had to live by to be in that relationship, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And that it took you several different times of leaving and coming back before you were finally able to break away from that, correct?
Yeah, it was a terrible cycle of leaving, coming back, leaving, coming back. And
okay. And to this day, what do you attribute as to the reason why you were finally able to get away from him entirely?
I guess I would say, well, that one instance with my sister, you know, that really helped having her there physically to help me leave physically and just emotionally. But I guess over the last few times that I kind of left, and then I would come back and ultimately left him for good, I think I had just gained like self-confidence in that area, like that I realized that I could actually do that, and that that I could, I guess.
In your kind of determination to become self-confident and get away from him, when you were with him, did he make you feel like that you were nothing without him and you couldn't succeed without him?
Yes.
Okay. Can I just have a moment? Yes. I don't have any further questions of this witness.
Cross-examination.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm such a bad host. Can I?
How are you?
I'm okay.
I'm preparing something to watch as a mental health break when we're done watching with this, so just so you know.
Is it Kuykendall?
Yeah.
You referenced that, what did you call him, Benjamin?
No, I called him Z. I just call him Benjamin now.
Z, okay. And you used the word to describe him as crazy, and you talked about sort of his mental illness. Do you know about, and you referenced his mom at the hospital, telling the hospital something. What did they tell him about his mental illness?
What did who tell? Or like his mom, what did his mom tell me?
Sure. What do you know about him being diagnosed with a mental illness?
Well, when I first got together with him, he was with another woman, Jennifer. I don't remember her last name, but they had been together. They had met at an institution, a mental institution, and he was on medicine at the time for what I believe is schizoaffective bipolar disorder, is what she told me. And so they were together for 2 years while he was fully medicated, and then he was just stable, had a job, and they were engaged to get married, like a monogamous relationship. And then he stopped taking his medicine, even though I believe it was court ordered, is what she had told me. It was court ordered for him to be medicated, and so he had stopped taking it and just became a totally different person.
Okay, so he had been diagnosed with a mental illness.
Yes, from what she said and from what his mother has said. Yes.
Okay, and you referenced the fact that there were a couple of things. When you talked to Detective Cruz in December of 2020, have you had a chance to listen to that interview?
I did.
Okay. And one of the things that you told her is one of the main reasons you left is because you wanted your child to be able to go to the doctor?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you also told her that him trying to sort of recruit your sister as one of his second wives crossed a line. And
yeah, that crossed a line for me.
That also sort of motivated you to leave. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. And you told Detective Cruz that you had only ever met Chloe one time. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And was that what you referenced earlier when you were talking
that
about
Asheville trip we went on? Yeah, it was
When was that?
Oh, I don't know. My daughter was around just over a year old when that trip happened, so that would have been 2017, like sometime in the summer.
All right. So the one and only time you ever met Chloe Driver was in 2017?
Yeah.
Okay. And you referenced the fact that at certain points when you left him that you wanted to commit suicide. Is that right?
Yes.
And you've never been diagnosed with any type of mental illness?
No.
Was that based on the reality that you were living in with him, that you wanted to end your life?
I just think he drives women to not even necessarily women, men too, but predominantly women. He just drives them to such a crazy point with all these crazy ideas that he puts in their head, making them question everything about reality, which isn't necessarily like a bad thing, but then it's like your reality is totally like broken apart, and then he starts connecting all these dots for you and like starts controlling the way you think, if that helps.
Okay. But that was based on your experiences were based on the real things that you experienced with him.
Yeah. Okay.
Not based on any delusions in your mind. Based on things
yeah,
that you
no,
actually
yeah,
experienced?
exactly, yeah.
Okay. And is it fair to say, I know you said you only met Chloe one time in 2017. It's fair to say you don't know what her mental state was in December of 2020.
I really have no idea.
Okay. And you referenced sort of, I think you said you'd go back and forth, you'd leave him, you'd come back, you'd leave him, you'd come back. During that period of time, did you ever cause any harm to your child?
No.
Okay. And you indicated that back in 2020, when Detective Cruz called you, isn't it true that you told her that you didn't have any knowledge of his treatment of Chloe at all?
I didn't, only just from what I've heard from other people, you know.
Okay.
Brett Tabar, I think at that point that's the only person.
Okay, you can't tell me what anybody else said, but from your own, every witness has to testify about their own personal knowledge, what they saw with their own eyes, heard with their own ears.
Gotcha.
From your personal knowledge, you told Detective Cruz that you didn't have any information about his treatment of Chloe Driver, right?
No, I've never seen or heard anything.
Okay. And you said a moment ago that she had reached out to you, but that you didn't feel like you could get through to her. Is that the
Yeah, I tried to explain like my situation, like my relationship with him, and the abusiveness and psychological torment. And I just don't think, you know, at that point she could like realize that was what was even, or maybe it wasn't happening at that point to her. I don't know. But she did reach out to me a couple of times, so maybe that's when that started for her and him, between them.
Okay. But your perspective at that point was that she was still choosing to stay in that situation?
Yeah, in that situation. I mean, she had left. There was at least one point where she went to her parents' house and she had left, and she had called me when she was away from him, or at least I think she was. He could have been next to her, and he could have been telling her what to say, you know, just to get things out of me. I don't really know.
Okay. And when is the last time that you talked to Z?
I think it was when it was like over a year ago at this point. He called me because he thought I was going up to Connecticut, and so he called me and just, you know, just to talk. And it quickly turned into just, you know, screaming.
Okay. So you don't maintain any kind of a relationship with him?
No.
Okay. Do you know where he lives?
I mean, I think his like physical address is like 425 Fall Mountain Road.
But he doesn't.
He doesn't actually really live there. He'll go back there sometimes.
All right. fair to say that from your knowledge, he still has a lifestyle where he doesn't have roots?
Yeah.
Okay. You referenced that you and him lived in a tent at one point with your infant?
Yes.
Okay. I have nothing further. Thank you.
Anything else?
Questions? Thank you.
We're done. Any reason to keep the witness? Thank you. You can be excused. All right.
Man, that poor lady. Graciela, member for 3 months as a beau. Thank you so much, Graciela. All right, I'm not gonna leave. We're gonna go out on a good note. That was tough. That was some tough testimony. Those were 2 tough ladies, but we're gonna go out on a good note. We're gonna watch some comedy. I haven't done mental health breaks in a while. We're gonna do a little mental health break. We're gonna watch what I think is one of the funniest people ever on the internet. But before we do, Meg P, the awesome Meg P, reminded me about my affiliate links, which if you go to my YouTube, I get more commish there. And my TikTok. If you go to my TikTok, I have a bunch of stuff. You click, you buy it, I get a commish. And TikTok, a lot of people shit on it, but like it'll ship to you almost as fast as Amazon, pretty quickly. But anyway, if you want to buy it from Amazon, though, I have this link. It's in my my link tree. But if you want to just get it, here it is. And I have all these items that I have like tested, and the holidays are coming, and I got a bunch of stuff. Christmas dinosaurs, Christmas sneakers.
What do you mean you don't have
all this stuff? And if you buy, I got a little commish. So, but before, Babe is in some of the videos. When we found the cure for hiccups, the dogs are in the videos.
So this dog puzzle feeder.
All right, but let's take a little mental health break with a man whose name is Devin Palmer. If you don't know him, you should follow him on all social media. In my opinion, this dude, I think, is one of the funniest people around. Why is it not working? Hold on. Devin Palmer. This dude is so fucking funny.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm such a bad host.
And we're going to watch a couple of his sketches here. So here we go. Let's start with this one. I find this guy, every one of his things are great. You can take a little the hat. Yes, if I should get commissions, I'll check. It should go to Walmart. Thank you for getting that. I should get commission if you buy on YouTube. Yeah, Walmart is the one, so I should. And thank you. Yeah, if you click on the Walmart on my YouTube stuff, whatever link comes up, if you click on it, I get commission for that. So thank you. All right, here we go.
Can I get you guys some? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm such a bad host. Can I get you guys something to drink? Oh, please, you're fine. I'll have a water when you get a second. Water? Got it. Dalton, did you want a water or anything? I'll do a root beer float. You can't just go to someone's house and ask them to make you a root beer float. Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, I would. I just don't have root beer. Oh, okay. It's fine. I'll have a milkshake then. Dude, pick a household drink. I don't know which ones are. What did you get? Water. Water? Okay. Do you have ice? Yeah, I have ice. I'll do a snow cone then. He's not gonna make you a snow cone. I don't know. I have a snow cone machine at my house. I have like 27 a day. You have 27 snow cones a day? I mean, what did you get? Water! I can hear you. Okay, I'm just gonna go home and get my snow cone machine. I'll be right back.
And that's just, I'll watch a few more. That's just one. This dude, I think, he just makes me laugh every time. Let me see if I can find ones that I've seen before that I know, or at least that I think are funny. He's just so fucking funny. I think he doesn't put everything on here. His TikTok has everything. He's so funny. Devin Palmer. I'm trying to, like, can't you go by? Actually, let me just go to. Can I just go to his TikTok? Yeah, let's just go there. Let's go to his favorite sketches. All right, let's try this one.
Can I have the chicken parmesan? Okay, and that comes with either a soup, salad, or a hug. I'll do the salad. Okay, that's fine. What do you mean that's fine? I'm just saying that's cool with me. Why wouldn't it be? I just don't want you to feel bad for picking the salad. Why would I? Okay, and for you? I'm gonna do the chicken Alfredo. Sure, and that also comes with a soup, a salad, or a hug. I'll do the salad too. Oh, actually, that one comes with 2 sides. Guess I'll do the soup then. That's okay. If you want me to pick the hug, I will. I don't care what you do with your life. I don't know you. Soup's good then. Yeah, it is. Hi there. Were you ready to order? Hi. I'll just have the usual. Thanks. Do I know you? No. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think so. So then why the fuck would I know what the usual is for you? It's on the menu. It says it's just a chicken sandwich with roasted red peppers and spice. Oh, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot that's what we called that. No, okay. That's okay. Great. So don't worry about it. And what did you want to drink with that? Yeah, I'll have whatever it takes to get you out of my face. Excuse me? What the fuck did you just say to me? No, it's on the menu. It says it's just a water with lemon. Oh gosh, I am so sorry. I keep forgetting. It's okay. Hey, wake up. You're free to go. What? Why? Somebody bailed you out. What? But I don't even know anyone. Who the fuck are you? Emmett. Okay, Emmett, did you bail me out of jail? Yeah. Well, why? I wanted to show you my hat. You bailed me out of jail because you wanted to show me your hat. Yeah, I just bought it. Wasn't my bail like $20,000? 25. So do you like it? No, not really. No. Fuck. Hey, Dad, I was just wondering if you wanted to go outside.
Hold on, let's see what else. What should I pick, guys? What should I pick? Oh, let me see some of his latest ones. Let's go to popular. That's the one. Oh, a Christmas one.
Devin, this is for you.
A bag?
Yep.
I love bags!
No, but there's something in it. What? Open it.
No.
Just open it.
No, I don't want it.
Devin, open the damn
Take
thing.
it out!
No, you're gonna like it. I swear, just open it.
A little bag?
See, I told you.
I love bags!
No, I told you he was gonna cry. Hey, wake up. Can I have the chicken parmesan? Okay, and that comes with either a soup.
We watched that one. Library card. If Babe is watching, she might like this one.
Hi, did you find all the books you were looking for today? Yeah, just one for today. Alrighty, do you have your library card? Yep, right here. Oh, I see you're on our free subscription. Did you just try to roll your eyes there? I succeeded. Okay. I didn't know there was a paid subscription. So with our paid subscriptions, you can let loose and get really noisy. What? You can just walk around screaming and slamming books shut if you want, and there's nothing we could do about it. Why would I want to do that?
Oh, that page sucked! Waste of time!
Is that a dictionary?
This next page better be so good!
There's been a lot of budget cuts. We're just trying to make ends meet. Oh, yeah, well, sure. I'll upgrade then. Great. Okay. You're all set.
Thank you! Have a good day!
I'm right here. You don't have to yell at my face. Oh, I was just trying it out. I'm sorry. I mean, do what you want, but we could also just have a normal conversation. I'm so sorry. Barking in my face. I got startled. Come in.
I'm going to do one more. Thank you all so much for being here today. I really appreciate it. Let's go with There's one he has about. Let's go with this one.
What'll it be for you guys today?
I'm gonna go with the loaded chicken nachos.
Okay, yummy. I always recommend those to people.
They sound really good.
And for you?
Can I have the barbecue baked chicken?
What? That's my favorite dish here.
Really?
You two are gonna make my mouth water. Oh, did you just hear that? Was that your stomach rumbling?
no, we're making him hungry.
That's you guys doing that to me.
We don't want to do that. I'm sorry.
And last but not least,
I'm gonna do the mushroom Swiss burger with extra mushrooms, please.
alrighty. I'll go put that order in for you guys.
Thank you so much.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
That sounded good to you, huh?
What?
Did I just make you want to drool everywhere with what I ordered?
That's just not something I would get, but I'm sure you'll like it.
What if I don't get extra mushrooms?
Do you just want the regular amount?
Is that going to make you lose your marbles if I get it like that?
No.
I want to change my order completely to something else.
Sure, what?
Shrimp tacos.
Got it.
Did I just hear your tummy rumble?
No.
I'm pretty sure I heard it do that.
It didn't.
Pork chops. Damn it!
By the way, those lemon squares...
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I think you should, if you want to laugh, subscribe to Devin Palmer. I really appreciate it. Thank you, mods, as always. I hope you guys have an awesome Thanksgiving. Maybe since I'm off on Friday, I'll stream something. I don't know. But thank you all so much for being here. Hope you have a happy Thanksgiving for my friends in America. And even if you're not in America, I hope you have a good day tomorrow. So thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, mods. Have a good one. Deuces, YOLO, bitches.
Thank you for joining us, J-Bo Nation. Please give all of yourselves an ovation. No, we won't be here long until next time. Oh, J-Bo Nation, there's no place we'd rather be. J-Bo Nation is the place to be. J-Bo Nation.
I'm your huckleberry.
J-Bo Nation.
Boo, Indy.
Is the place to be. J-Bo Nation is the place to be.